Fill her up.
You're listening to the Gas Digital Network.
Coming up in this week's episode, comedians Mike Feeney, Brendan Sagalow, and Mike Cannon are in the studio. We read the Antonio Brown DMs, and a man's phone literally blows up in his hand on the train. Stick around.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please. Of the closing doors, please.
It's alive!
Transfer is available.
To the
The next and last stop is...
Last stop, you're tuning into the SubwayCreatures. You're tuning into the
Everyone always loves that fucking intro.
Everybody,
I fucking
it's
love
funny.
that
Everybody
everyone
always
loves
looks back and looks at you like,
Like, wait a minute.
that's you and then that's you.
Yeah, wait a
It's like,
minute.
we all work in the industry, you guys.
Right.
Just to confirm, it's you.
We are in the house with comedians and hosts of the podcast Irish Goodbye right here on the network, Mike Feeney and Mike Cannon.
Hey.
And
Thanks so much
last
for
minute
having us.
edition.
Third mic to the...
Last minute edition. Comedian Brendan Sagalow.
Hello, how are you guys?
Guys, I'm very excited about this episode.
The party's here
The
now.
party is here.
You're going to regret that last minute edition.
Yeah, why did you put the mic so low?
It started low.
He ripped
here and I was like...
Third mic, but is here so not often that he,
ripped
doesn't know
off
how to
his
handle the
sleeves
mic.
just out of excitement.
You did decide to go sleeveless
Yeah,
just before
I just...
we were...
I feel
It was a game time
sleeveless,
decision,
you know? Yeah, there's too many sleeves here.
Yeah.
That's true. We're heavy on this.
It almost looks like you don't have sleeves.
I'm getting rid of half of them. Yeah, this is sewn.
Wait,
it's a
no.
sewn-in cuff, which I hate so much. Because
Why don't you just
can't,
cut it out?
Because then it's not. It'll just be like a flowy, loose.
Because where else
nightmare.
is he going to put his cigarettes?
Feeney, have you ever gotten this before? Does anyone ever tell you kind of sound a little bit like John Mulaney?
No. Really? That's the first time I've ever. Oh my god!
I was listening.
You guys can hear that?
He gets up and leaves. Fuck that.
I was listening to your show last night, and I was like, God, it does kind of sound a little bit like Mulaney, but I don't know if that's a compliment or not to him.
He sounds like that successful guy, but with less money.
Yeah.
Feeney has Skittle voice. That's what I call it.
What is it?
He has Skittle voice. Mark Norman has it. He has it. Mulaney
what
has
is that?
it.
That little
It's
in the
when
back of your
you
throat?
it's when you eat a lot of sugar and your saliva gets super thick, and then you get that thing in your you
Kermity
swallow
thing.
it. Yes, and then
Yeah.
it goes like, and you try to
talk and it kind of gets like this.
Yeah. Mike Feeney.
It's not
here.
bad.
It's a good Melissa Villasenor.
That's what I do. I'm like, welcome to
Welcome to Saturday Night Live. It's so crazy.
Actually, that is fucking spot
That's
on.
incredible.
That
Black
is,
people really scare me.
oh man, I just
That was
watched.
your tweet.
Wow,
That's topical.
I just watched her on Comedians Getting Coffee. It was so awkward.
Wait. She tweeted,
So
black
awkward.
people scare me?
No, she said she was going on a date and with a black guy, and she was scared. And then they were
What?
Melissa Villasenor. Right after she got SNL, they
Villasenor.
dug up a tweet, and then they said that.
Oh, I thought that was her first tweet when she got SNL.
No.
But I meant his dick.
I didn't realize how relatable she was. You know?
So I guess we jump right into this. Are you guys nervous about old tweets at this point? Like, are you,
No, I mean,
no.
we have recent.
do you just
It's
not
voice
fucking-
on podcasts. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's already.
Because
I mean,
obviously the big news is our boy Shane Gillis. You know, as of what was that? Was that today or yesterday that they
Yesterday.
just announced?
Yeah.
As of this podcast, as of this taping, they announced
We're
that
actually
he was fired.
breaking the news, you guys.
He was fired.
I'm sure you guys haven't heard.
Yeah,
but-
and this will come out like 10 days later.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, that's old news. That's why I like throwing that in there. But he's been on our show before. You know, we all know him, and it's very unfortunate what happened and kind of what is going on in your industry right now, the comedy world. Because it almost seems also like comedians are starting to turn on each other. And this is kind of a point where, you know, you kind of want to unite. But are you worried about I mean, it would be a good problem to have if you were on SNL and all of a sudden you got to worry about it.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
But yeah, I mean, do you think that far ahead, or do you just not care?
Feeney is panicking about it every day of his life. He's constantly
have-
telling me to delete certain sections of our
not
podcast.
that
He
at all.
He already has masked.
Our episode with Shane is still up. It's the only one they didn't
Well,
care
I called
enough.
them on that at Legion of Skanks. I was like, that's how little you think of our show. It's like you left up our episode because you're like,
all
if
the
they
other ones.
find it, then they earned it.
It's been a YouTube comment paradise the last 24 hours.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, all you can hope to do is hope that you can express your intent as clearly as possible. And I think that we try to do that on our show. And, if we get in trouble, we get in trouble. My intent is always to make somebody laugh, and I'll continue to defend that, till I'm dead.
I mean, regardless, his name and face is everywhere. This is like,
Yeah, I mean,
it's unfortunate what
I've
happened.
never
again,
wanted
but-
to see Shane Gillis's face this much.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, it's real.
Nor did I
It's real
expect to.
fucking annoying, to
It's
be
so-
honest.
and it's always like racist, and he's like this, like picking at something out of his hair.
Yeah.
It's like,
Throwing back a highlight,
yeah. It just looks like the kid like you went to high school with, and he's just everywhere.
Or every other picture's from Clusterfest, which is great because now Comedy Central is just fully always associated with that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right. I was texting Kim over the weekend. I was like, because you knew it was coming. I mean, you knew, unfortunately, that this was going to happen as soon as people started, walking out with their pitchforks. You knew that it was coming.
Well, when I heard Shane got SNL, I was like, oh, maybe I could. Maybe it's possible now.
Yeah, you're like, I gotta kill him.
Yeah.
Kill her, Melissa Villaseñor.
I forgot. I guessed the slur wrong. Like, did you guys guess?
Oh,
when
no.
You, when you were like,
when I heard
"Oh,
it
get
was,
him on,"
when I heard,
guessed it wrong.
Dude, I was shocked. I was like, that's it?
Yeah, right?
When I heard,
So
not
you've
that's
only
it.
listened to the one, I guess.
But it was so funny too that when they were like quoting him with all this stuff, and it was like Shane Gillis says that Judd Apatow is gayer than ISIS, and I'm like, that's fucking hilarious.
And that is like the tip of the iceberg too.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I remember texting our producer Bobby the second it got announced. I go, oh my God, this is fucking awesome for Shane. I go, how long do you think it's going to take before someone does a deep dive into? Because I remember
This is Rick telling us he did it.
No, I fucking
the narc.
unfortunately know that one girl who did it.
You know her?
From the fucking. She was roommates with my girlfriend.
Oh my
In
god.
college.
Tell us some dirt on this.
The chick from the comedy club down in Philly.
Don't say her name, but just sit so we don't
I
get
said
sued.
too much already.
No. We don't know who we're talking about. It could
Yeah.
be anyone.
No.
Tell us
Why
how
can't you say her
smelly her
name?
pussy is.
That's
So we can
exactly what
slander
I was
her.
thinking. By
So
the
we
way.
You were
slander
wondering.
her.
I know you were
Yeah.
wondering. No, but she was the one who was reaching out to the Daily News, giving quotes and saying what an embarrassment he is, and I was just like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, this is a point. Like I said before, I felt like comedians kind of should be, happy for him and kind of backing him, and instead you're kind of putting down your own kind here right now. But that's when I started texting
What
you
do
also.
you mean our own kind?
Yeah, exactly.
Cancel this podcast.
Someone's gonna fucking hear that, and that's gonna get
I
somehow thrown out there.
think the
But
worst shit I've said has been on this podcast.
no shit.
Yeah.
We had that funny moment.
kinda let it
yeah,
go.
and
Alex doesn't
I
believe
love
that
that
for a
too.
second.
I love that because that was like when we had Jerry O'Connell on.
Oh, he was so scared next
He
to me.
was sitting next to him, and he's trying to promote his new talk show on Fox, and
So
he's
he'd
like,
be like homeless people, and I was like, yuck. And he was like, no, they're not bad.
like,
It's not their fault. I was like, put them on another train. Next.
my friends were texting me after that episode because they were listening and they were dying laughing because he was talking about the Vienna subway and how it's so clean you can eat off the floor. And Kim's sitting right next to him. She goes, actually, I think that's more like you could get fingered off the floor in Vienna. And he's just sitting there like wide-eyed, like, yeah.
He's like, so watch the Jerry O
so
show.
Watch the Jerry O show. And he had a PR girl sitting right there. And we were just like, oh, like.
No one warned me. I also.
Yeah, but
No
I
one
don't.
warned
I don't
me.
warn you. I don't warn you on purpose.
Oh yeah.
I
he-
thought
fucking-
he was cool.
No, he is
cool.
cool.
He
but
was
has,
cool.
he has
But
to protect his interests.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden
can't
has
get
a
Gillis.
network show. He's got a network show that he's trying to.
I don't know. I think it sucks that he got fired. I kind of understood why, right?
Yeah, I'm there too.
I mean, the network had to answer to ad
I don't
people.
think-
No,
it
of
has to answer to
course.
money. Like,
Of course.
all the people that are like fuck SNL. It's like, yeah, it probably went even above them.
They start
though.
losing sponsors. That
Yeah.
happens. That's what this new cancel culture is. It's like that's why people actually have to react and do these things. But that's also why who's doing the vetting on the SNL side.
Well, that's actually the issue.
like
That person probably.
why
got
even
fired,
bring
I
Shane
imagine.
in if you
Some
did your homework?
14-year-old intern. I'm sorry, I missed it, Lord.
What did they listen to of Shane's that they were like, this guy would be amazing on SNL?
They Googled Shane with the safe filter on. They were like, things check out. He looks
He's
great.
actually
This
he's
guy's
not even
awesome.
on the internet.
There's just this one cool picture of him from Clusterfest.
But if you listen, I mean, listen, I said to Bobby, I was like, if you listen to, even when he was on our show, I remember him saying shit like that. That's just the way he is. And whether you think that's funny or not, that's a whole different debate. But if you're on SNL and you're hiring him, you should know what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah,
should
before
know
you
what's
get
coming.
him into some shit, because now he's just the guy that's the
Now he's a
racist for
pariah.
some. Yeah,
Yeah.
now he's this.
There'll be another
problem.
one. There'll be another one
Yeah,
tomorrow.
I know, but like now his name's always going to be associated with this issue.
Yeah, that sucks.
Whether that it's, I mean, people say it's good, but eventually it's not great. You know what I'm saying?
I think right
Like,
away, probably.
Yeah.
It is
Right away,
interesting.
that onslaught of negativity doesn't feel great.
Yeah,
I would assume,
yeah.
you know.
And he's a guy too that like it is interesting to see, even if you disagree with like him getting fired or you're happy he gets fired or whatever. It is interesting though to see the comics like where they fall. You know what I mean? Whether it's the defense of the comedian,
I agree
even
with
when you
that,
see
yeah.
there's a lot of comedians that are coming to Shane's defense and are also like, I'm not saying he shouldn't have
They're
been
trying to play
fired.
that both sides
It's
in a
just
way.
kind
you're
of
saying?
it's not
No.
even play both sides. It's just being like like Mike just said.
acknowledging
I
the
understand.
reality of it,
I
but I wish it
understand
didn't
why,
happen.
Oh,
but
of
it's
course,
a shame.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
also like you'll be good. Like you had so many other like
I-
big
I-
comedians and people tweet about it and stuff to where it was like that's cool to see that there's that unity. You know,
Yeah,
for
I
some.
thi- I think the
Rob
Right.
Schneider tweeted for
I
us.
saw that one. I saw that
David
one.
Salute
Spade,
to
Bill
Robbie
Burr,
Schneider.
they all fucking were talking.
Jim Jeffries,
They did a
yeah.
whole segment, on David Spade's show.
I was just watching
With
that.
Bill Burr and Jim
That was
Jeffries.
actually
And that was
pretty
great.
good. Yeah. And Bill Burr is even making comments, and he's like, you going to come after me for the comment I just made just
Right.
now? And, I would hope that
That was a
comedians...
good Burr.
I was just about to say,
Wow.
solid
Melissa,
bird
yeah.
impression.
But, I would hope comedians don't have to, think twice and start looking over their shoulder, because
I mean,
of
that's
what's
already
going on.
happening,
That's
right?
why I was asking you guys, if you feel that way.
I did one time. I went into I looked through my old tweets when one of the first like years ago when everybody was like, this is the tweet that it took everybody down or whatever it was. Maybe it was even when Michael Che got into shit about past tweets or whatever. And I looked and I was deleting some of my old tweets, but it wasn't because they were racist. They were just terribly unfunny.
Same exact
They were so
Same
terrible. I was
exact
like, why
reason.
would I think this is funny? And
Oh,
it's just
I was embarrassed by who I was,
Yeah.
and what I thought the world was.
What are you talking about? Your
everything.
old tweets?
yeah,
Oh,
like
yeah.
I'm talking like just like they
I've had
were
it since
they were like
09.
yeah, I was gonna say
It's
they're like
not
status
good.
updates. I was like, this ice cream's good. Like I was like
Someone's like,
38 retweets.
I
like
started
looking
my
up-
first 100 tweets with "is doing."
Mike Cannon, in 2007, you tweeted, Kanye's the shiz? Can you explain that? I had gone back to like delete my Twitter, and I'm like laughing at them.
Me
I'm
too.
like, still
I've done
holds
that.
up.
Yeah. Same.
Love it.
I was
didn't
literally
delete any
sitting
of
here
them.
one day and I kept going, what about this one? And I was just reading them to the room and getting laughs. I was like, yeah, it's staying.
Yeah, I need someone else to delete it because it's like little babies. You're like, oh, I love them.
Kill them.
I've killed more babies than tweets, actually.
I want to talk about Irish Goodbye real quick.
Yeah.
How the hell? Where does the Anne Heche connection come in? What is that?
Oh, well, also
That's
he was
just-
part of this.
That
as
just
well.
sounds kind of random
The
to me.
what?
It was very random.
Annie Heche.
The Anne Heche. We've had Anne Heche on the program.
Yeah, we
multiple
were
times.
shopping. Mike and her grabbed the same article of clothing at the same time. And
Yeah.
we met her.
I actually had no idea who she was when we all
Well, I
first
think
met.
Kim. We need to explain to Kim
have
who
no
she is
idea
right
who
Anne
now.
Heche. It was used to date Ellen.
They were
back when-
engaged, right?
Yeah, when Ellen,
Ellen.
first came out as like
Ellen DeGeneres is a comedian who's a
she has
talk
a
show
daytime
host.
talk show.
Got it.
Anne Heche is also an actress. She's in like a bunch of. That's what she looks like. She's been in a bunch of movies and.
Oh, looks like her
She was in
wife now,
Volcano.
kind
She's in 40 Day.
40 day. Yeah. 40
3
days.
days, 4 nights.
Something like that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
6 days,
Got
7
it.
nights. That's
Yes.
what it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for getting that.
She looks like,
She looks like a fox
look at her
that's
with Ellen there.
decomposing.
She
You
looks-
know those videos where they're like fastly decomposing?
she looks like Judd
Well, there goes
Apatow's
that
wife.
friendship.
Wow.
Well, you had her.
Man, I love you. I'm
Just
kidding.
burn our bridge to Hollywood, Brendan.
Yeah. Jesus.
So anyways,
So
were
I'm trying to find out the connection here.
we were in Los Angeles, the three of us doing shows, and on the first night, it was just a show that I was on. She was there, and she offered. She came up to me after my set and was like, "We should get you let's get a drink." And then all of us drank and hung out for the rest of the night. So much so that she came to 2 more shows that we did that week. Then we went to her place and recorded the podcast there.
I saw that
and
story going.
And we went,
differently.
And then she drugged and raped us.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, if I was
Crazy.
telling this story, everybody would be like, and okay, now you're opening for
wild.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would have been so sexist if I was telling this story.
And then we were swimming, and she brought us over to this private club, and we were all swimming in a pool
Pussy.
with her kid and shit.
We were
like
all
that.
swimming
Yeah.
in pussy.
Yeah, it was great.
It's still so sexual.
She was so
Yeah,
cool.
her son was there.
Imagine
Yeah,
if
I
I
was
was
holding her wet child without a shirt on.
That's true.
That's the peak.
That is when I peaked.
Wow.
So then when she came to New York recently, she's in a Oscar-nominated movie.
It
but
most certainly is not.
it was though.
Was it?
It's going to be. They said. Yeah. See.
Yeah, when we first met,
Was
I
that
was
straight
like,
to VOD though?
No.
Oh.
I had no idea who she was, so I'm like, "Who's this bitch?" I'm making fun
Oh,
of
yeah,
her
he
and
was
stuff.
terrible.
Well, yeah. So you were
Feeney
there.
had to take me to the side, and he's like, "That's Anne Heche." Okay, can you lay off?
I mean, it shouldn't have mattered.
I don't
It
give a
should've-
shit.
you
I kept
should've
going.
Just treated her like a person.
yeah, yeah.
That's why she made him not be on the microphone and sit off in the corner
Yeah.
while we did the
She
podcast
made
in front
him?
of him.
Stop.
Me?
It was her right.
You guys made me.
We had an extra microphone
You
in the
guys-
bag. We just
yeah.
never rolled it out.
Are you the wild card that everyone needs to kind of?
I'm the wild card. Yeah, I'm the Charlie Day of this group.
I mean, look at his outfit.
Yeah.
He's wearing Buddhist beads.
I know, and he's got some
and a
prison
friendship
tattoos
bracelet.
on the right arm. Yeah.
What is that, a lighthouse?
It's an octopus with holding an anchor with my buddy Jacob's name in it.
Did Jacob die?
He's still
No.
alive.
He's alive?
Yeah, he's alive.
They're
It
just
looks like
good
a
friends.
cock coming a
We're just
clover.
really good friends.
But he's got a tattoo of you.
And no,
Oh.
you knew that. though.
I thought he did.
You
no,
knew
I
that.
thought he
Nope.
had yours. I thought you
Nope.
both had matching arm tattoos.
Nope. And then we added a pirate hat, so it kind of looks like a dick, doesn't it?
All right.
Yeah.
I was gonna. All right, you beat me to it, and
It looks like a coctopus,
Yeah.
is what I call it.
yeah. Well, you get it touched up, and that'll.
That literally looks like the head of a dick.
It does. Yeah.
It's like you asked
Looks
for
like
it.
it's coming a clover.
Yeah. It also looks like you
It's
might
coming
have
a clover,
slice,
yeah.
a slice of watermelon on its head.
Also, the balls on that thing are a mess.
Yeah.
And it is life size.
Yeah, we went in and we were like, "Can you do this right now?"
Wait, he's really alive.
He's a good guy.
I'll call
I
him
met
right now.
No, don't.
No, yeah, that one. I couldn't possibly.
Go well. Yeah. Hey, what's
Hey,
up?
aren't we friends?
Remember that tattoo I got? Yeah.
Imagine if his
Everybody's listening.
Imagine if I call him and his dad picks up and he's like, "Jacob's dead."
Now that would be a great podcast.
I'd be like, finally, this tattoo means something.
I'd be like, "After this, I have to leave." After this podcast.
Oh, no.
Whatever.
How long has your show been going?
Too long.
Yeah, we've been doing it for I don't know a couple years. We've had 130 something episodes, I think. So
Wow.
we're moving.
Yeah, and that sounds pretty consistent too. That's
Yeah,
don't miss a
that's
week.
shockingly consistent for us.
Yeah, I've had two podcasts that have gone away before, so this one has its shelf life, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well,
he put all of his stock into the other podcast
Yeah.
for the first
Well, because
50
we had
episodes.
we had a built-in fan base. We
Yeah.
had so many downloads, and then all of a sudden that guy got
What happened?
spiritual AIDS
Yeah,
or
is
something.
there a story behind this?
He's been in bed for 6 months.
what
My last co-host, Tim
Tim, what?
Rothschild.
Would
He's
he
a
get
member
famous
of
or
the
something?
Rothschild Illuminati. No, but he is a Kabbalah teacher in Dubai. He does do that.
Oh, okay. So he
Yeah.
was pulling the downloads.
He's downloads? No. So we had a show. We had a conspiracy show called Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole that got a substantial following, most of which thought I was a retard for thinking the Earth was round. But the following itself was pretty big, and then we separated from our other co-host because he believed the Earth was flat, and
Kyrie's favorite podcast.
Yeah, every conversation would circle back to that, and it was just impossible to talk about anything. So we separated from him, had our own show simultaneously while Mike and I started Irish Goodbye, and I for sure put more stock in that other one.
But in the first like
not even
25
close.
episodes, you could just hear him be like, "Yeah, I mean, if there's another one, then come back." And we'll tell
Like I already told this story on the other show, but I guess I'll recycle it.
But now it's going great. We're doing a,
now I care because I have nothing else.
we have a
Life has backed me into a corner. I think.
And congratulations, sir. You have a new baby. So
Speaking
now you
of
have
which,
more.
yeah. More
now
responsibility.
you have more responsibility.
Now Mike is my only hope.
Yeah,
it's a great podcast. Check it out.
Is he? Are you losing him a little bit to the kid now?
No, I mean, it's excess time. You know, that was just our excess friendship time.
Brendan and I, or Mike and I, can't have like 3-hour dates that we used to have, where it would be between a podcast and a show, and we'd just like nance around Manhattan holding hands and like looking at
Shoe
sneakers
shopping.
casually. shopping. Yeah, it's like we can't do that, I guess, as much.
Fine.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you guys? Are you football people? Mm-hmm. Do you guys follow
Giants?
football?
Unfortunately,
I know.
with this
Well,
last-
same with me.
Yeah.
I know Kim's take on football, but
What's your
It's
take
just
on
very-
football?
I have one sweatshirt and that's it.
I don't think Kim's that. Do you even
I
have
literally
one?
only have one
You have the
sweatshirt.
Miami Dolphins retro, yeah.
No. Oh yeah.
Their butts
I
look good.
do.
in the-
You
in
were
the
wearing
pants.
it in the intro.
You're right. I do have that.
Yep.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but even if you don't like football or know about it, have you been hearing about like the Antonio Brown shit?
He got released for
So you know some
assault of some sort.
shit. Yeah, that's
Sexual
actually
assault.
Well,
Sexual assault. Bing, bing, bing,
yeah,
bing,
yeah.
bing, bing,
So
bing.
personal.
Good guess.
That didn't come
Well, he's
out
also
till
been a
after he got
fucking
released,
heck.
though.
He's been like he had this whole helmet thing.
He froze his tooties.
Yeah, he.
Yeah. You
What
mean
does that
his
mean?
feet got too cold.
He went into cryotherapy without the proper footwear, and he like melted
froze the bottom
entire
of his feet
bottom
off.
of his feet
like got
off.
frostbite.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
real idiot.
Yeah.
And he showed
And
a
he
picture
runs
on
for a
Instagram, and it
living.
was troubling.
Yeah, kind of a big deal.
But
exactly.
the release happened because there was a helmet issue.
He refused to use the helmets that they were giving
he wanted
him.
to use an old 10-year helmet. He was just being difficult and a
after they gave
petulant
him a
child.
monster contract.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which guaranteed after he had forced himself out of a team and a franchise that is like known for doing things the right way.
What a
So
weird
he's
thing
just
to
a
do is
fucking
to
diva.
self-sabotage like that.
Well, that's
Yeah.
why there were some
Because
conspiracy
football-
theories that he was doing it on purpose to try and
yeah.
get
Yeah, I
released.
believe that.
Football
Yeah.
contracts are like, there's no guarantee unless you hit a certain contract, number. It's not like baseball where the second you sign it, they owe you all that money. And so then he's just acting like a child, and then they finally cut him, and then he goes immediately to the Patriots, which is the best best team
in
you could
football.
possibly be
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
And then
Well,
it comes
especially
out
him.
and then it comes out right afterwards that it's like, oh, he,
What'd he do?
I think John Gruden hired that woman.
Oh yeah, we got a picture
I
of
wasn't
his.
prepared to see that.
We got a picture of his feet up right now, right after he
That
got
looks like an
frostbite
old
on them.
map.
Yeah, a treasure map.
Yeah.
X marks the spot.
And in between the valleys, you'll find.
That is fucking
Yeah.
awful.
It literally burned the black off of his feet.
I don't think the bottom of his feet were black.
Wait,
to
he's a
begin
black
with.
guy?
Oh, he's black.
That's fucking crazy.
Can you pull
then.
up? Can you pull up a picture of Antonio Brown? Your mind's about to be blown.
I guess I've never met a white guy with the last name Brown.
Or
That's not
Or
the
So there he is. That's
Oh,
Antonio
his
Brown.
feet were much darker.
Oh my God.
Ah!
Yeah, see, there you go.
Can that stop? Sorry.
yeah,
the-
kid, that stopped going on the screen. The
that
feet,
is
but,
awful.
But now he's got accused of rape and sexual assault and
Yeah.
a bunch of other things. But the Patriots are
The
like
feet were
full
worse
steam
than that.
ahead.
Yeah.
And now he's still playing.
But what did
some
he
guy
do?
today? Some guy today said he owes him like $1,100 or $1,200, and he was his trainer. And Antonio Brown used to just constantly fart in his face.
Yeah.
Wait, that's
Well,
a
It's like this guy just sounds like
the-
a piece of shit. But
the
in
reason
the
why
funniest way
people who
possible.
aren't even football fans are kind of attached to this is that every day there's something new that keeps coming out, and it's a fucking circus. And I fucking love it as a football fan, but also because of the drama. This is something new. I didn't even know this.
Yeah.
The farting in the
farting
face.
in the
thing.
face,
yeah,
yeah.
my
And the
buddy said that.
Patriots, no less. The best part about it is the Patriots are such a shady.
Respected. Well, they're also
I wouldn't say
would
respected.
you? Well,
They're respected winning.
Right,
There's a
right,
prestige
right.
in their winning,
Exactly.
but they are like a shady organization, and they keep asking them in press conferences, the head coach, the owner of the team, all these questions about to address the allegation, and they just go, "Yeah, we're looking into it. Yeah, we're gonna figure it out."
What did
We're
he
looking into it."
do?
So a woman, his personal trainer of a few years, came out and said that on multiple occasions she was either sexually assaulted or raped, one of which was violently raped.
And the text
The
messages,
best
the
kind.
emails are.
Well, he sounds narcissistic as fuck.
The emails that he sent are crazy because
Yeah.
they're not even English. Like he
So-
doesn't know how to write.
Well, it's an
So-
active attempt to type like unnecessarily misspelled.
So here's an idea I had. So obviously, you're right. Those DMs that are now made public because
What are can we pull up the DMs?
we're gonna read them.
Oh, okay.
So what I want to do is,
Damn, girl, you want to get farted in your face or raped? Because I only do 2 of that shit. My feet are gone. I'll do whatever I want.
So you've read the reports.
Oh, wow. None of us are getting SNL.
oh my god! All right, so here's what I want to do. So because these are so ridiculous, I was reading them as well, and I felt dumber when I was done reading them because they're not even really sentences or anything. But the internet being the internet, someone came along and translated them. So I was thinking one of you guys can read the actual DMs, and the other can read what the translation was for that.
Mike can read the DMs. I'll read the translation.
There you go. So we had these printed out, so that way you guys can read these.
Scene 1.
So yeah. Here, we want to alternate with me? We'll both do it.
Sure.
So we'll just start at the top and then.
Wait,
An-
hold
Antonio
on.
Brown.
so which-
Can I be the translator? Okay, no. Go ahead.
So wait, which one of you is
Sorry.
going to be Antonio Brown?
We're gonna, I guess, switch on and
All
off.
right, so
because
Brendan-
this
Oh,
and
that's
Feeney.
just fun. I need to
Brent-
hear all your
is,
Antonios.
and you too. We'll come to you as well.
All right, all right.
Wait,
all right.
we should. All right, you know what? Maybe. Okay,
Let's
yeah.
just go around. You know what I mean? We can all just keep reading.
Yeah, well-
Mike's not going to be the translator forever. That's crazy. You just did Legion of Skanks last night. You're already done.
Yeah,
so you
you're
can.
right.
You should- all right. Who wants to start with Antonio Brown?
I want to hear the first Antonio Brown.
All right, we got to start. Yeah.
I'll do it.
Oh shit, we got
I
Brendan.
guess we're all going down the line, right?
I jacked my dick on your back. Slept with you in bed. Fuck your knowledge, bitch. I've been a pro before I even knew you.
Translator.
Translator.
Me?
No.
Oh, translation. Dearest female, I masturbated on your posterior. Dude, that fucking word almost fucked me up. I slept with you in bed. You don't know what you're saying here. I was a professional sportsman long before I knew you.
Professional sportsman. Okay. Antonio Brown, you hit me up online, bitch, crying. I didn't hit you up. You never left my house since you had a hotel. You feel asleep on my couch.
This is, by the way, verbatim.
Yes,
You're not
yes.
misreading
I'm
this.
not
This is
putting that
verbatim
twang
the way
onto
that
it.
these
Yeah.
were written.
Translation, you contacted me via electronic telegram first. I didn't reach out to you.
Kim, are we going to you next?
Yeah. Fuck out of here with my. Okay, hold on.
Yeah. No,
Fuck out of here, my baby mama trick your dumb ass. Blast me, you're a failure telling everybody you own a gym. Translator?
That's you.
Oh.
That's you.
Please reconsider your claims. The woman who mothered my child believes you to be a wrongdoer. You try to stain my name, but all you have done with your life is act as if you own a gymnasium.
Well, you gonna come blast? Don't fucking write my phone line, bitch. Thought it was easy. Get a come up.
That was great.
That was
You should really consider talking like that.
I kind of want to let him read more.
Yeah.
I kind of want to let him
Mike,
go
you
again.
just close this out first.
Yeah,
Bring us
yeah.
home.
What
Translate
slander?
it.
What slander would you have on my good name? You have sent telegrams clearly fibbing in the past with the intention of extorting shillings.
You want to do the next one too? 'Cause
Please, do the rest of them.
Yeah, I wouldn't even be upset with that.
All right. Using God, alias fake ass hoe. You and your mama thought your hoes had to come up. Fuck out of here. Don't write my team. Thanks for giving us control of your life for 3 weeks. Using the name of God, you have proved yourself as fake. Anyone else?
no.
I don't think we can really
No.
top that, to be
No.
honest with you.
You got to do it.
Yeah, you've kind of pigeonholed yourself here.
All right. Next time you and your mama plotting on to come up, make sure all you hoes pick the right man, dumbass hoes. Maybe somebody you already fucked your mama controlling your life. She gonna help the come up.
Next time you try to extort someone, make sure it's not me. Your mother is a fake bitch, too.
You failed at gymnast. You were nobody.
Gymnast.
Me and redacted. A laugh about this busting on your back, cry laughing emoji. I'll let you know where I'm bored.
You're a failed personal trainer. My friend and I are amused reminiscing about the time I masturbated on your posterior.
This is all so mean.
I like this guy.
You like this guy?
I like this guy.
You like how I mean, here's the thing.
He's telling it like
I'm
it is.
saying he's mean, but this is exactly how I used to fight with my dad. I'd just say the most hurtful personal stuff possible. I'm
Just
I
like
know
that?
what, yeah. He's like, everything is like, you're a failed gymnast. All you say is you own a gym. I hate you.
Damn,
That's
Kevin
probably-
Kevin Cannon with your broke ass. How you gonna not let me out of the house tonight? I wanna go meet my friends.
Failed motherfucker actor. You wish you could drink and control yourself, motherfucker. Say you got you pissing on your closet.
That got real.
Yeah. That was
Yeah,
all
I feel
real
like
fact.
that was deeply
That's
coming
not
out
my
of
dad.
How dare you never hug me?
Never taught your son nothing.
Oh.
Now he's crying into his 30s, blaming you.
On a podcast. Great.
God, do you want to talk about this?
No.
Okay.
He does for 136 episodes on Irish Goodbye Podcast.
Even the early ones. You failed a gymnast. You a nobody.
No, you
just
did
did
this
I
one.
did that one. I just wanted to do it again. You a disgrace to little girls. You a failed gymnast living in the past in your mama house with your mama. Lucky I showed you around. You're welcome. My baby mama know a weak bitch when she spot one. You played yourself. Crying, laughing emoji.
My baby mama, know a weak bitch.
That's the best.
I'm getting that tattooed on my face.
You should be ashamed of yourself. The mother of my child knew this would come back to bite you in the behind, and it did.
That was good, guys. That was great.
I like that he really wants to get her for being a failed gymnast. Like, that was his biggest thing.
Yeah,
He said
right?
it in every single one of them.
I bet it one time in a moment of
She
weakness
said
after
it.
too much wine, she's like, God, I just feel like such a failed gymnast.
Well, how about How about the fact that he was calling her a gymnast and she's a personal trainer?
Well, maybe
Oh,
that
is that-
began it. Yeah.
Maybe she failed at gymnastics and then had to rely on being a
Personal trainer is really like the gym teacher of athletes, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah.
This is just so dumb. It's like,
Wait.
how fucking dumb do you have to be to put it in text? Just call her and say
Also,
all
I don't
this.
think any of it was that bad. These are the abusive.
No,
The only thing that
No,
fucks
no.
him is when he said he jacked off on her back because that's part of her assault claim.
Yeah.
So that like kind of corroborates her story where he's like, yeah, I jacked off on your back. It's like might not want
We
to
just
lead
wanted
off
to
with
throw
that.
the rest in
It's
there.
that's the first 6 words of the first message.
I don't know, dude. I kind of believe him.
No one
I don't know what to tell you.
No, she's absolutely. It's a money grab. Like I
For
think
her?
I think that that's exactly what's happening. But it's there was even another woman that came out. Like what was it? Yesterday or 2 days ago? Who's
Yeah,
like, I'm
it's
not
not a
filing
good time
charges
to-
or anything. He's a fucking asshole. He's done the same shit to me. She's
Oh,
like,
wait. So he did, though.
I bet he's just been like really mistreating people for a long time, being as good as he is for as long as he has. He's probably been like getting VIP treatment all this time, you know, pretty much taking what he
I
can
see
get.
what happened.
And, you
I
know,
jacked my dick on your back. So they slept in the same bed and he came on her.
Maybe.
And
I
she's
heard
fucking
the
upset.
He
report is that
masturbated
she
on
was
her
like taping
posterior.
him.
I know what's going on here. I dated Lewis for 2 years. This is an exact transcript of our text conversation.
Doggy, you let me come on your back. What the hell are you doing?
You're a failed comic. You're a nobody.
Lord, I'm gonna penny board out of here.
Me and
an
Legion of
army.
Skanks laugh about this shit. Me busting on your back.
This conversation is sponsored by BetDSI.
I guess that's another thing. If you guys ever like, as soon as the whole Me Too thing happens, you start getting nervous about that. Like, fuck.
Okay,
we
Rick,
both- we
you
both-
creep.
We both missed that because we're both in
Look at
long-term
Rick. He's so
relationships.
nervous about it.
I
Who'd you
always
rate?
get nervous just talking about Me
Yeah,
Too.
your face has gotten
Oh my
considerably redder.
God,
since you-
I get so fucking
I was
freaked
like,
out.
Well, you're about to get arrested. You're like, I mean, really putting it out there.
Oh, there could be anyone coming out of the woodwork. Shit.
Anyone.
There could be
A
anyone.
number of people. Pretty much every encounter
I
I
am
had was up
sweating
to
right
date.
now.
Animals, different everything.
I'm
You
sweating
pig.
right now.
No, dude, I was like Home Alone
Horses
2.
could
Just,
talk.
No, I always say that, like, right, guys, right? But I know inside it's like probably just me.
It's you.
Inside, I'm shaking.
No, outside we confirmed it was just you.
Yeah.
Not just inside.
Oh my
No,
god.
yeah, I feel
Good
pretty
times,
about
good
that.
Yeah, we're
times.
good about that.
Right,
We've both
guys?
been in long relationships, so we,
Yeah.
we avoid that's
I
that's
didn't realize that
Fred's
mattered.
over here like, yeah, me too.
Sometimes ladies like to get Me Too'd. You know what I'm saying? They like that shit. You know?
Oh, there's your shining.
Brendan Sagalow.
Yeah, he was on our show and he said,
He said,
He said,
he went,
that won't
I'd
be
probably
what
be
kills him.
more likely farting in someone's face than sexually assaulting somebody. That's like my fucking
I
thing.
did
All
fart
right.
in somebody's
Can
face
you guys
in
pull up that
school.
story real quick? Because I'm
Bare-assed.
actually kind of intrigued by the Antonio Brown aspect of this. When I didn't hear this part, he was farting in his female.
A Pittsburgh doctor. No,
was
I
a
think
guy
it was
or a girl?
I think it was a guy.
He's just like he's like a narcissist. He
Yeah,
like is
Victor
farting in
Priss.
people's faces and coming on their
Yeah,
backs.
it's like
He,
it's
doesn't
like the
care.
same with Peyton Manning.
He
Like when
doesn't
he
care where
dripped
his
his nuts and
fluids are.
dick down that lady's face. That was
Yeah.
it's like I guess a thing with powerful athletes that they're just tossing their dicks around.
Wait,
It's
was
great.
it also Peyton Manning who did the locker room thing where he
the Peyton Manning
put
like,
a fucking guy's face in his ass?
I think so. That whole settlement and that like the cover that they
Oh
did,
my
the
God.
Mannings. That
I never
that whole
even
report,
heard of
Oh
that.
my God, it's like the craziest thing ever. I'm probably gonna get whacked talking about it. But yeah, I have no further details to give you. I just brought it up. 'Cause
that was
somebody
a new
else
one.
heard about it.
That was good. I liked it. So as always, we do have a little bit of Subway stuff to talk about.
Hell yeah.
Just to, make it relevant to the show. I don't know if this was yesterday or today, but there was a cell phone that exploded in a guy's hand on the train and it caught on fire. And obviously people who didn't know that it was a phone in his hand started freaking out thinking there was like explosives / guns.
What train was that?
It was the A train in Brooklyn.
Oh, that's my train.
But look at this picture. That fucking phone is just smoldering.
How do you not feel that coming?
Well,
I mean, I feel like, how do you feel it coming?
I'm such
Are
an
you
idiot.
expecting that at any moment of the day?
I'm always expecting my phone to explode. No, I feel like if you're holding your phone and you're like, it's getting really hot.
No, but my phone has gotten really hot before, and I just keep holding it.
But wasn't there?
I put it closer to my face.
I put it on my
It
cheek.
feels warm.
Yeah, I'm like, is this crazy?
Should I have my eyes directly open?
In the winter, I put it in my underwear. Like, this will heat things up.
Well, wasn't there a point where like Android? Was it Android? They were using those batteries that were
Samsung's,
was it?
Samsung's was exploding too, right?
What was the deal with that? Was it? Oh, it was a hoax.
No, the Galaxy Note.
Oh,
that was the one I think was exploding.
What was it, like
catching
the-
fire?
the
it was something
batteries
about
on?
it's like a fan inside that just like spins too fast and whatever the fuck. Just it works as backdraft inside of it.
Jesus Christ. Well, yeah. So that happened, and obviously it was a crowded train. So the people who didn't actually see that it was a cell phone
Yeah, that's
now
scary.
think that there's explosives going off on the fucking train, which caused a little bit of chaos. But that's kind of again the way we're living now, especially in New York on these fucking trains. Is the cell phone can explode and everyone thinks it's a bomb and runs. And
I wonder how
Dude,
loud
if someone
it
just
was.
gets in and does weird poetry, I'm like, there's a bomb.
Honestly, there've been times where it's either I'm stoned or just in that frame of mind where I'm a bit more paranoid than typical, and I'll see somebody who I immediately profile as someone who's clearly going to blow up the subway.
Me too.
And I'll sit right next to them because I want to be in the immediate.
Oh, you know what? That's a
blast
good
as opposed to on the other side and catch like weird shrapnel in my
yep.
fucking eyeball or something like
Oh,
that.
not me. I get up and I move trains.
I'm just right.
I will
right in
target
the blast
people and I'm
zone.
like, you're not right in the head, and I'll just move trains.
But what about all these times you hear of like the bomber was the only one who died because he blew himself up and no one was hurt around him?
Yeah, that's why
I guess
don't
I'm just trying to commit suicide.
We have
Is this video?
yeah, we have video of a cell phone exploding.
Oh, so this is what it looks like. This isn't the incident.
Oh,
shit!
fuck.
I guess you don't really feel that coming. No.
Oh my! And he's on fire now.
That's blue fire too. That's the worst kind. Chemical fire. It's true.
Yo, fuck
Wait.
that,
We all laughed. You were
dude.
dead serious.
Wait, where?
I meant both things: the intent to laugh and give you knowledge.
Well,
Oh, poor guy. He's just standing there.
Is this-
He's
is
on
this-
lunch break from his shitty job. He can't afford an
wait.
iPhone.
Oh, so he had the phone in his front pocket.
It probably sounded like it hurt because he was like,
It probably like hurt his ear exploding.
Yeah, and his hand that it exploded.
Well, right now
in
he's
his
like, "What's that
chest.
smell?"
Yeah.
You can see it on his face. He's looking around. He's like, "Are they burning my food?"
You can see that the phone is
Yeah.
on in his pocket.
Oh,
As
that
you can
doesn't
see the
smell
screen.
like
Oh
me.
yeah,
And then it feels like it starts getting hot, and he goes to check it, and it blows up.
yeah.
Oh,
shit.
And you're right.
Oh, it
it's that
wasn't in
blue
his
fire,
hand.
which it's like electric fire. Like that's
Jesus
gonna fuck him up.
Christ.
Is that true, or are you going off of his confidence?
100%. It is 100% true.
"Take it to the bank."
No, blue fire is definitely hotter temperature than the other colors
But
of
also
fire.
usually chemicals as well.
Yeah.
Or electricity. Just go with it.
We get it. You guys have both parents.
Yeah, but not together.
Holy shit. So what do you guys, you live in New York. Give me some stories, some subway encounters that you've had. We always ask our guests any subway encounters that they've had that may be weird, strange.
100. I mean, they're so...
At this point, it's just all fucking, I'm just blacking out until I get where I have to go. I have no idea. I can't think of any.
Okay.
What's the craziest thing you've seen?
I don't know.
Oh, what's happening?
What are you laughing at?
It's just funny that Brendan is removing huge chunks of his life every single day.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
claiming they just don't happen. I'm just assuming he's getting raped every time he rides the subway. That's his experience.
Hey, if I am, then whatever. I mean, I don't even remember it, so it doesn't matter.
To your credit, though, I think a lot is just like, you may have seen it and you're just, because I know I do this, and I'm like, that's just another fucking day. Like, it may be crazy to a lot of people, but
I get away from things really fast too. Like once somebody's like going like, I take all my stuff, I get up, I go right to the next car.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna fucking.
But don't you
risk
hate
it.
when then they show up in the next car and you're like,
because
motherfucker.
they always do.
Or when I leave the
always
car
do.
and they just start giving out money, I'm like, damn it!
I saw a child like that was like, I'm talking probably a year or two old, just old enough to like stand and kind of walk, was laying face down on the subway floor.
No!
With like a Metro
Planking?
card in their hands. No, like they just fallen asleep. We're taking a nap face first on the ground. And the mom was just sitting on the seat, just like on her phone, like knowing the kid was there, but it's like, oh, finally he's
sounds like one of those kids that are on like a leash.
Yeah, like, but yeah, if he had been resisting the leash for so long that he passed out, and then they just let him down on the ground. That's pretty much.
I've gotten so hungover that I like passed out in between the cars. Like I had
In
to
between?
Go, I had to go to
So
sleep, and I just
dangerous.
went in between the cars.
Why would you go?
Why wouldn't you sleep?
Because there was
laid down?
No, well, I went in there to puke. That's what happened.
Okay.
I went over there to puke out.
Wait, you mean in the open air?
In the
Yeah,
Oh my God.
And then I just fell asleep there.
I mean, everyone I've ever
Standing?
seen pukes in the
No,
fucking train.
I laid on the ground.
You laid,
I
but they're
laid,
two
like-
moving plates. There's two different
Yeah,
train
yeah,
cars.
He's like, it
Yeah,
felt
well,
good.
it wasn't comfortable.
So we had
There's something up here.
No,
we had
you're
a guest.
not-
Yeah, we had a guest
look.
on the show who told us
It's
not,
really
obviously not how dangerous it is, but also there were stories of people getting severed, like their bodies go in between, and the two cars hit each other, and it just cuts your
That's
body in half.
insane. You know what it is? You know what it is? I bet this was on the Long Island Railroad, not the subway. Because the Long Island Railroad has like a box
yes. You know
in
what?
between,
Yeah.
and then you can
Yeah.
sleep in there, and it
Yeah,
does make
it
more
was.
sense. It's not the subway where it's like
slept somewhere,
the
though.
most treacherous environment
I
of
know.
all time.
Oh, my buddy got hit by a subway. He got hit.
No,
by
He died?
I think it was the
no,
subway.
surprise. It was like 3 a.m. It was Valentine's Day. He was drunk, and he jumped on the tracks because he dropped like his phone or something, and he like picked up and got it. And then the train was coming, and then he pulled himself back up onto the platform, and then he got like halfway. He got up, and then the train hit him in the hip, and then fucking flung him into one of those metal posts.
What a
Shit like
fucking
that.
Fuck is he
loser.
alive?
Yeah, I mean, barely.
Did he have to get a hip replacement?
He had like a ton of broken bones. He was in the hospital for quite some time. And he had like his head was broken. It just hit the pole.
Oh,
I
my
think his head or
God.
something. So yeah, he was
Is
all.
So he
normal
lifted
now?
himself up, the train
Haven't seen
hit
him
him.
since.
Yeah, he's like, we
I
actually
seriously
kind of
haven't.
fell. Yeah, we stopped talking after that.
Yeah, we fell on the tracks apart.
Well,
I mean,
he
we fell
stopped
apart.
talking.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it was annoying translating the ones and zeros.
All he does is make a choo-choo sound.
I've seen a show timer. So they're some of the most cocky people on earth because
they're
they'll
the
do it in
worst.
the middle of a crowded train. And I saw this one guy that I don't know what it was about me, but I could tell that he wasn't good at this, like it just by his body type, everything about him. Before he started, I knew he was a bad dancer, and so I like got up, and he's like, "Don't get up." He's like, "Everybody can trust me. I've been doing this forever." And of course, like the first thing he did was like lock his 2 feet, in the middle row, in between that, do the slide down, put his hands down, swing his leg, and kick an old lady in the side of the head.
Oh my
And
god.
it was the funniest thing I've ever
Was
seen
she
in my entire
okay?
life. No, she was certainly not okay. It was a big problem. I ended up getting out of the train, but it was.
Was she okay? Was she conscious?
Did she freak out? Was she like?
Yeah, of course
screaming?
she freaked out. Yeah, she lost her mind screaming.
That's
and
Was she bleeding?
And then everybody around was probably pissed.
everybody was pissed. He took his hat and kind of ran off the train. Probably had a planned. I thought you guys would find that funny. I don't know why. But,
That was really sad.
Yeah, it was very.
I
It's
guess
getting
so.
sadder and sadder.
I mean, you guys are yucking it up, and this kid having no hip, no fucking skull.
My friend got
And I'm like,
hit
yeah,
by
some
a
old man.
train, and it was less sad than that.
Yeah, what a terrible group of people. Inconsistent. No.
My mom came
I
in.
didn't kick her.
I have
It was
a
some
ho-
other guy.
I got a hilarious story. My
wasn't
mom has
betrayed.
cancer. Make some jokes out of that.
My mom came to New York like 3 weeks ago, and she fucking hated it. Like, she hated it so much. She's like, it's disgusting. Like, I get it. She's like, it's dirty. But what she was like being taken advantage of the whole weekend. Like, she just kept getting like, she just kept doing dumb
She
shit.
went to LOL Comedy Club.
No, she like
She has like 6 rap albums.
yeah, she kept taking shit.
Buying
Mixtapes,
yeah, buying them.
She asked the
mixtapes.
Spider-Man in Times Square to take a picture of us,
Oh,
like
no.
things like that. And I'm like, now you got to give him $2 for a picture.
Yeah,
It was
or
just
he
like,
walks away with your phone.
yeah, or he's gonna punch us. Like, that's what's gonna happen. And like things like that. We were at my deli. She wanted to get a water. I was like, don't wait in line. Just throw the $1 down and walk out. And she's like, do you need tax? Like, she was like, she just kept being like every moment. Oh,
She sounds sweet though.
yeah. At one point, we got off at a stop. Then I gave 2 people our swipes, our weekly swipes, because we were already off, and I realized we were at the wrong stop.
Oh.
So then we either had to wait. So I was like, all right, let's just buy a fucking $5 thing and take. I'd rather
Right.
pay $5
Yeah,
and
of
wait
course.
20 minutes. And then there was a guy at the station, and he was going like, 2 for $5, 2 or whatever it was, 2 for $4. And I was like, oh great, we can get $1 cheaper right here. Just give him your $5 and get the $1 back. She was like, no, thank you. You can keep the change. I'm like, we just only did a crime now.
Yeah.
Like, there's no advantage of what we just did. We could have just gotten a new clean card.
I never understand what's the money making method behind the people that are like, hey, can you?
Because they can swipe it more than once, so they make double the profit off of it. Those cards, if you bend them, you can swipe them.
Oh, but
we
what
actually
happens
just
when they
learned that,
ask
yeah.
you for a swipe?
Nothing. They just
No,
want to
they-
get a free ride.
No, if they're like, I'll give you like whatever they say. I'll give you a few bucks for a swipe, and it's always like the same price. It's like, well, just go to the machine. I don't understand what's happening.
I've never had anyone ask me that.
Maybe it's a fake bill.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's a $3 bill.
So, anyways, I like have a talk with her. I'm like, you need to stop being taken advantage of. I was like, you're being too nice. Stop giving people money. She wanted to buy this obvious heroin addict on my block, like a whole new outfit. And I was like, I see him every day with cash, every day with wads of cash. He just spends it on drugs. I was like, don't buy him anything. And then so we're about to get on this train. The train opens up, and she decides like at this moment she's going to become aggressive and like shoulders 2 like 6-year-olds for a seat. And I was like, okay, not what I meant at all.
Yeah.
And then she sits in the seat, and I notice instantly the gross whatever
odor
that she sat next to.
Oh no.
And she didn't notice because she was in such a rush that she just sat down. Can I tell you, I think I've been here for 2 years now. In the 2 years that I've been here, I've rode the train almost every day. It was the most disturbing image of a human. Imagine if someone looked like a witch who hadn't showered in like 50 years and also was covered every inch of her skin in like lesions and bug bites.
Oh, Jesus
Every inch, just like, and she was like sitting like this, and I was like trying to look at my mom, like, get up. And when my mom looked over at this lady, I mean, literally in her face, she went,
I am never leaving Puerto Rico again. Kimberly, we're going.
She took she got off at the next stop.
Adios mio. Yeah.
Walked off the subway.
Emptied her she started crying. She emptied her whole bottle of sanitizer onto her shoulders.
Oh my god.
It was like,
Was this her first time in New York?
It was her first time in New York, and like, I'm telling you, it was rough.
Jesus.
It was where you're like,
She's
should
never
I go
coming
get
back.
checked?
I hate whenever they're like, whenever you see a seat open, you get on the subway, you're like, yeah, there's look at all these seats, and then the doors close, and then it's just like, like you immediately. I had a guy, there was like a homeless guy at the end of it, and he was just, he cleared the whole car with the smell, and I was on, me and a couple other people had got on right before it closed, and we got locked in between stops or whatever, and the guy was just like laughing like out of all, like it was just clearly a mentally ill person, which you ultimately feel bad for, but they were laughing maniacally like a horror victim. And then the guy literally said, "Watch this," and then just started throwing up on the ground. And you're like,
this guy's cool.
It was really a terrifying. That's like
awesome.
when you
We always say when it's usually a full train and you see that one empty car, there's a reason, either something like that or it's one of the hot cars where the AC's not working.
Yeah.
And
The worst is when it's both.
Oh God, the combo.
yeah.
That
The
train,
old sauna.
I used to live out in Elmhurst, Queens. So after like doing prom shows, I would have to take like a 3:30 a.m. train out there, which, I ended up blacking out and like falling asleep on one and waking up in Sutphen and then having to get like before Uber, having to get a cash taxi at a fucking one of those like stops next to a Kennedy Fried Chicken, which I promptly ate. But I remember the throwing up thing reminded me on the same train this one night, one of the first times I've ever taken an edible in New York City. I'm sitting there on the train home, and there's a dude slumped into a pile of humanity on the on the two seats, like kind of perpendicular coming out, and he's just like throwing up with it's not even like there's any force. It was almost elegant. It was like it was graceful, and it was just slipping out of him, and he's
the
throwing
Bellagio fountain.
dude, throwing up
People were throwing pennies into it.
all the way down on the floor, right? And I'm like, oh my God, I sat down and I'm like, I can't believe this. And then I look over and there's like two 23-year-old crust punks with just rats crawling on their bodies. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And it's not just rats. It's like one of them is a white Banicula rat, like with a fucking red eyes and shit.
Discovery Channel over here.
Banicula's a rabbit, but I thought you'd understand the image anyway.
I would never know that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, we all got it.
Everybody knows a funicula's a rabbit.
Banicula.
Yeah, duh.
Banicula or
I
funicula?
loved
Banicula.
Banicula as a kid.
Thank
I
you.
totally get it.
God
Oh, it's a
damn right,
character.
Alex.
I thought you
It's
meant
a
it was a
fucking
literal
rabbit.
I
species.
thought it was a
Yeah.
category.
I did too. I thought it was
rabbit.
like a breed,
Yeah.
like
That's what I
rabbit or
meant,
something.
not a
The Banicula rides the funicular.
I look over to these crust punks,
V4 thing,
and
that's
there are some
happening right now, and I'm
North
like,
American
weird shit, man.
Fucking Christ.
I thought that's what we're doing.
Sorry, Brendan has a bit.
Well, it's over now, but
No, do it.
was
Do
very
it. We'll
funny
wait.
to be
Everyone
like,
quiet.
I looked over to these crust punks and I saw a North American Pacific brown rat, native
do
to
like
native to the rainforest.
All right, that was worth it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Is this it?
Banicula, I see.
Banicula.
No, I mean that's
What is
that's
that?
a newer.
And
I
where
get it.
is
It's a
it?
Dracula bunny.
Rendering.
Got it.
It's a Dracula. Okay.
Banicula.
Cool.
Got it.
Oh,
Red eyes, white rat or white rabbit.
God.
I think
was
it's a funny image just seeing Kim's mom like terrified all over the city, just looking up at the sky, being like, "Por qué?"
She also broke like her. Okay, I'm gonna say this wrong. Her fibia and tibula, or is it tibula and fibia?
I don't
That
know.
one.
Let's,
I think it's the second one.
Tibula.
let's
tibula
ask
and
Mike
fibia.
Cannon. Apparently,
Well, in the rabbit body.
well, in my bio textbooks.
She broke both of those like 10 years ago, like terribly. So now she has this limp.
Tibia and fibia?
Tibia and fibula.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, those.
You're telling the fibia.
I had to be quiet to let you sit in it.
Apparently you all did.
I don't have anybody's side anymore.
yeah, we're all going to war.
street sweeping across this entire table.
Convinced
I don't
himself
give
it's a
fuck.
4-on-1 sabotage.
I know exactly why you invited me here.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Brendan just happened to show up.
Wait. So how does that play into the story?
Well, she just hated like every time we got off a train, it was like up these stairs, down
Oh,
these.
yeah.
It was like a lot of that. She's not like in a wheelchair, so it's not like we
Kimberly,
take
por
elevators.
qué? Why you leave Los Angeles?
That's what she was saying. She's like, you're gonna freaking die here.
But at the same time, she was like obsessed with the idea of pole dancing on the subway poles.
She was.
Whoa.
Because she's from a very like small, boring town, so she kept being like, wouldn't it be crazy if I got up here and danced in front of everybody? And then she kept going.
She knows how to have fun.
She kept going. Do you dare me? And I went, Mom, if you want to, just go do it. You know, like, I'll film you, like whatever you want.
Showtime, everyone.
She kept saying like,
Dos
you
pesos.
dare me? I'll do it. And I'd be like, go ahead. And she'd be like, nah. Like she wanted to so badly. I thought that was me in the yellow.
I thought that was your mom in the red.
That's what she wanted to be. Does that not look like me in the yellow right now?
Yeah.
It does.
Oh my God. No, like no.
Okay.
Let's be a little generous here.
To who? I'm offended. That bitch was not great.
She had AirPods.
Oh, I guess you're right. Wireless?
I think that chick was like Indian. I don't know. She didn't even look anything like you. I mean, other than the color of the fucking shirt.
All right, Rick. Fuck.
Fuck it.
I mean, what a dumb thing to bring up.
Yeah, what a fucking dumb.
I feel like you
bitch.
guys missed the woman in her underwear dancing. Big part of that video.
That was the truth
man.
of the situation.
That was a man?
Yeah, for
Oh,
sure.
it was, man.
Jesus Christ.
Did you see the entire outline of his penis?
There was that girl one time that you sent me a video and you were like, "Is this you?" And she was on the bus. And I
what was
follow
that
her on
one?
Instagram, and she legitimately looks like me.
Yeah, what was that from? What was that?
She was like,
It's just
she was trying to get on the party bus, and then she got on it.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, and
Feeney
I follow
is
her on Instagram.
laughing hysterically
Genuinely
right
thought
now.
that was you.
And she looks like me in some pictures.
Yeah.
It's weird. What's wrong?
What are you laughing at, man?
What do you mean what's wrong? I'm laughing.
There's three
Feeney has
separate shows
tears
happening right now. You guys had a thing. I know you think you're talking about something and the podcast is happening there, but there's a whole other world on that side of the table.
What's happening?
And yours.
You're
I
crying.
know. Mine is a full
crying.
Feeney has tears coming down.
What
his
we-
nose.
Nobody wants to be on the podcast I think I'm on right now. It's
talking
fucking
about
Charlie everywhere. in
Proving
my
that
head.
guy was a man. He was like, you didn't look at the outline of his penis. It's all you.
I mean, what else was there?
The whole body.
It was fucking
His
grown up.
whole body.
That was
man.
grown up Rufio from Hook and his fucking giant.
Look at the whole. He just was staring. Mike was just analyzing
Look
his
at
dick.
it. It's the most dick I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's
You guys didn't look at his throbbing cock,
That's what I'm saying. His delicious looking.
his firm penis.
Sorry, that was really
This
funny
is-
for
yeah.
me.
There was a woman who walked by me on the train asking for money who was just covered in shit and piss. And this is when the train was like so busy, like we were all packed, and she's trying to get from the front to
she's
the
just
back.
Wiping
Oh,
on
Jesus.
everyone.
And she was covered in
Yeah.
it. And it was, and I physically ran 3 trains from her.
What?
I ran. I grabbed my shit and I ran.
But hopefully in because like you said.
No,
they
I went the
always
wrong
end-
direction.
Yeah,
that's why. And then
that's
she
what I was
came in
gonna say.
mine, and I was
They
like, "Mother!"
always
And
end
everyone heard me go, "Motherfucker!" And then I got off.
You said what everyone was thinking.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah,
that.
I mean,
100%.
most people see a shit-covered woman and they're like, "Oh." son
What
of
do
a
you
bitch.
even do when she's trying to get by you? Because I was
you
like, no,
start
no, no, no,
kinda
wait.
pushing
And I grabbed
people.
my stuff
You
and I
pee
ran.
on her.
Yeah.
We have the regulars though that are on like the Astoria line. Like we have the guy that always walks around and asks. He's like, I'd like $1, but if you don't have $1, I just love a smile. And then he goes up to each person and makes them smile, and he tries to smile. And then if they don't smile after a while, he's like, "Fuck it, bitch," and then he keeps walking. Yeah. And he's missing like arms and stuff. It's bizarre.
Oh yeah, the guy that was in the movie
You're like,
Kids.
you're
was-
scaring my baby.
Yeah. Well, he got turned out to be a fraud. It turns out.
He's got arms.
Get ready for this. Yeah, he's got arms.
He's just walking like this.
Everyone thought his elbow was a thing.
Was it nub?
Turns
Yeah.
out.
I couldn't remember if it was stub or nub.
I think it's
Same thing,
nub.
right?
Turns
You could
out
say either one, right?
there was no basketball team, you guys. He was raising money for a basketball team, but he wouldn't be able to bounce the ball anyway.
Yeah.
We should have seen
That's
through the
another one. I feel
charade.
like your mom would be like, "Oh, of course."
Yeah,
Of
no, she
course.
would have-
Take everything.
Oh, every person
I'd like
that performed on the
48 fruit
train,
snacks.
we were like looking for change at the bottom. I was like, we got to stop.
Yeah. That's,
She was giving people fives and shit.
she's gonna learn the hard way.
I was like, bitch, give me that. I was snatching it out of her hand. I was like, I need this.
Learn the hard way.
Giving it out to other people. I live in New York.
I'm gonna call your mom and be like, "Do you want to invest in a?"
She'll buy a chair, whatever it is. She'll buy it all.
Nice. We got well, let's just do this clip of the week, and then we'll do some shameless plugging, guys. If we play the clip of the week.
Next stop, Subway Creatures, clip of the week.
All right, I want your take on how you guys would react if you were in the train when this happened.
Okay.
Oh, his hand closed in it.
The hero gets snubbed.
Oh no! And then he sees the guy filming at the last second. That's terrifying. That's the scary part of that thing.
That's like every scene in a horror movie where the woman is like brushing her teeth and she closes the medicine cabinet.
Yeah.
The maniac is right behind her.
Dude, I would say this. My immediate reaction would be, this guy is clearly mentally ill or whatever, but there is no shot that I'm not getting out of this door.
Yeah,
out of
yeah,
spite.
yeah.
I would tuck my shoulder and tuck my head in.
Oh, yeah, I'm fucking
I would get from a low
Yeah.
center of gravity and just fucking fully
The
charge.
easiest thing to do there is buckle both of his knees.
Yeah.
I mean, the move is to showtime him, though. You grab
Oh,
the
yeah,
thing,
you swing.
and then you fucking
Tarzan
Hulk kick
swing
him.
right
Yeah.
in him. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I don't know if any of you guys were Game of Thrones fans, but that's where he was going with that. He was doing Hodor, like hold the door. I don't know if you ever saw.
Is that
Game
what he
of
was
Thrones.
doing?
Yeah,
That's what he was doing.
Oh, so
was that a
screaming,
prank?
hold the door.
That's why I think it was more of a prank. But he
Oh,
actually.
then he should have
Oh,
been. Then he
man.
should have been thrown in front of the train.
If he
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
smell.
But
that's
there,
a,
no one got off that car though. He actually.
Right.
He made those people
And
stay
then
in
the
that
guy
car.
trying to be like, fuck you at the end, and then
Yeah.
his hand closes like, ow!
Yeah, but yeah, that guy deserved. He deserved.
He's
anything
big
that
too.
happened.
He's kind of hot.
So he's not homeless at all. He's not a crazy person.
He's just a hipster.
He's just trying to make a
Yeah.
viral
he
video.
looks like he works here.
Yeah. Yeah, he
That's
produces
Harrington.
2 shows on gas.
That is Harrington. So yeah, he obviously deserves it. I just was curious because there was a bunch of people who did not make it off that train, and the doors closed, and it wound up going.
Here's the
Who
thing.
missed their stop.
A lot of people just are so conflict averse. I think like most of the people are on the planet. They're just going to be like, all right, I'll just fucking.
Because is it worth it to get past him and then just get fucking knocked out?
Yeah, like he'll probably if they
Then you
probably
got to
think
take
he's
an extra
crazy.
stop, right?
Yeah.
'Cause in New
To
York,
the
I feel like that's a
hospital.
different side. Obviously, it wasn't New York, but in New York, there's a different story because people. You're right. There is that mentality, but in New York, you almost become numb to it. And there is that point.
So
where you're
sometimes
like-
you also have to commit. Sometimes you have to maybe get into a fight with somebody.
Yeah.
I've gotten through, like groups of fucking 24-year-olds or whatever trying to get through the door, and they're like holding fast, and I just shove them out of the fucking way because
Yeah.
I'm like, get the fuck out of my way. I have to go.
Yeah.
And then there's, of course, some sort of verbal exchange where I'm on the platform, they're on the door, and I'm always like, yeah, come out here and we'll fight if you want to miss your stop.
I always
It's up to
I do
you.
that too, but right
That's
after the
scary.
doors close, where I'm like, fuck,
Yeah,
you know
of
what I
course.
mean?
You
Right
have
after
to-
it's
yeah,
closed,
yeah,
but then they're like, they reopen it, and I'm like, just kidding, you know?
I'm just calling them my dad's name. I'm like, fuck you, you fat failed actor. They're like, I'm not an actor.
A bunch of us went to Six Flags recently, and me and Alex saw this, and Bobby I think was there too. There was the roller coasters now. They don't let you bring your phones. You have to put them in a locker. They check your pockets because
No
people are
shit.
getting
They
like
check your pockets?
Yeah, because people are getting hit in like the face with them constantly.
Oh, sure.
And like
I
it's
can see
breaking
that.
people's faces.
Yikes.
And so there was a woman who tried to sneak her phone, and they watch you while you're waiting in line. I can hear them going, that one's got a phone, she's texting or whatever. And there was a woman who tried to get on the roller coaster in front of us. She was a few people in front of us, and they were like, you have to get off and go back into the lockers and then get back in line. You can't leave your phone here. And she was like, I have to get off, blah, blah, blah. And then her son was trying to fight the people. And then they were all angry. The mom had to leave. And then these angry people just had to keep going on the roller coaster. Like, they were so fucking pissed. But, like, you can see that, like, they were pissed and they were like, click. Like, they were just going up. I was like, how are they going to go down angry?
It's better cheer me
That would
up.
be a hilarious. You know, they take the pictures when you're going down.
Yeah.
That would be hilarious to see what that car looked like.
Yeah.
There's that Instagram girl that went on the roller coaster with her. She took her top off, and then she tried to do like a fun video with her top off, but then it flew out of her hand.
No.
So then she just was like this, which I think she probably for sure. did
Oh,
on purpose,
you know what I
though.
saw
That absolutely
recently?
sounds planned,
I
yeah.
saw a woman like walking on 3rd Avenue, just shirtless, going like this, just walking, just this fat woman, just no shirt, no bra, not even holding anything.
It's so
I don't know where the
crazy
fuck she
how
came from.
when in my head it was a skinny woman doing it, I was like, oh my God, is she okay? And then when I was a fat woman, I was like, was she mentally ill?
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
That was
Well,
fattest of me,
Yeah.
and I'm
Showing
sorry.
that body is not consensual. The mental illness voices in her head are forcing it.
Yeah,
But it was fucked up how quickly that changed in my head.
yeah. It was fucking crazy, man. And I just
I
kept
did
looking
picture
forward.
cats balancing on her head when you told that story after you described it.
Guys, let's get to some shameless plugging here. I think we have a heart out in the studio anyway. But Brendan, let's start with you.
Brendan Sagalow on Twitter and Instagram, and go to my website. All my show dates are up there, and I'm running a monthly at the Bowery Electric every third Thursday, and the fucking Shane Gillis is on this week's if he doesn't
There you go.
open his wrists in a bathtub. So if you're listening live, come on out. Bowery Electric every third Thursday, 7 o'clock.
Hell yeah.
Very nice. Feeney, what do you got?
First, check out Irish Goodbye Podcast, also on this fine network, and available wherever podcasts are downloaded. MikeFeeneyComedy.com for dates and videos, and fucking at I am Mike Feeney on social media.
And you just filmed.
And I just filmed my first hour, so I will.
was incredible.
That'll be coming out in.
That's a big deal, man. That's a big deal.
Oh, I'm very excited. It's not out yet, but it will be out probably sometime in like November. So yeah, MikeFeeneyComedy.com or just on social media. I'll be. Believe me, I'll be remote.
I look forward to that. Kimmy, what do you got?
Follow me on Twitter at Kimberly Congdon, on Instagram at Kim Congdon. Check out Stone Science, where I get comedians high and make them do a science fair project, youtube.com/Stone Science. Check out my other podcast with our lovely producer, Alex Scarlato. It's called Broad Topics, TOPIX, on iTunes, Google Play, YouTube, Stitcher, anywhere you find podcasts. Give us a rate, a review, holler, buy a shirt, merchpump.com/Broad Topics.
Very nice.
Me?
Podcastmerch.com/broadtopics.
Thank you. That's why we're not selling, huh?
Keep giving people a dead website.
GeoCities.
Ken, what do you got
This is
coming
live
up?
right now?
This is not live. We'll be streaming this Thursday and then Monday.
Okay, listening live if you live in Philadelphia. We're gonna be, Feeney and I are gonna be at the Philly Punchline, 2 shows on Friday, September 20th. Come out for that, and then both of us also are gonna be in Chicago, Zany's Downtown, October 5th through the 7th. We're doing 4 stand-up shows and then a live Irish Goodbye podcast on the 7th. And then I'm filming my first stand-up comedy special November 4th at the Village Underground Comedy Cellar.
Yes.
Really fucking fired up for that. I'm doing 2 shows. I'm going to announce what it's for and like what the actual kind of premise is, because it's cool. It's going to be a little bit different. I have a couple of guest appearance guys coming in for it, and I'm excited about it. But yeah, November 4th, Village Underground Comedy Cellar. Please reserve your tickets now, because I think that's a lot of seats to fill.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome, though. I say it each week. Subscribe to this podcast on iTunes, YouTube, Google Play, Spotify, Stitcher, anywhere you listen to your podcasts. Check out the Instagram page, Subway Creatures Pod, for podcast highlights and bonus content that you're not going to find in the main account. Last but not least, you can get a 14-day free trial on gasdigitalnetwork.com using promo code SUBWAY. That's where you're going to get our show. You're going to get Irish Goodbye, all these other great shows on the network, as well as our Not Safe for Work bonus content, which you're not going to see anywhere else. Definitely worth it. Guys, thank you so much for coming by. I appreciate it. This was an awesome episode. And until next week, guys, we'll see you then.